going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have a pretty good episode today. We have a special guest coming in, an ESPN reporter, ESPN and Sports Center reporter. His name's Gary Striewski. He's quite the avid watch collector and the entrepreneur. He has plenty of rental properties, so he's pretty deep in the game of just killing it. So anyways, he's coming into town. We're gonna show him through the showroom. We're gonna take him out to maybe get some lunch and then maybe throw some wager down on mini golf. We're pretty excited. Gary just texted me, looks like he's about to be here, so let's go meet him up. Bro, what's up, dude?
Giant, wait, hold on. What's the daily today?
The daily is the back girl.
The back girl.
This is gonna be daily for a while.
Because yesterday it was the day just, and the day before that it was the summer area.
Yeah.
Always changing things up.
What do you got going?
I went with
the casual panda.
The plain Jane.
Plain Jane. Yeah, that's the casual plain Jane.
Something calm.
So how was the flight, man?
It landed.
It went. Can't complain with that, right?
Nothing to complain.
Yeah. So did you take a Gulfstream?
Last time I was on a flight, it was an international flight, coming back from vacation with my girlfriend. Okay. And it turned around halfway. There was a medical emergency. We were over the Atlantic, and we had to turn emergency landing in Dublin. They canceled the rest of the flight. We had to get out the next day. That was delayed. That was the last time I flew prior to yesterday. So I was like, as long as this thing gets up in the air and lands, I'm good. So now I'm here. Yeah, this is great. Good to see you like in person.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, we've been following each other on Instagram for a while. I know you always, hitting back and forth on watches and stuff. So it's cool to meet you.
Good to see it all in person. Yeah. Good to see you set the tone.
Yep.
And you set the vibe.
Yeah, we've had that up since December.
There's nothing better than a nice Yule log on an 80-degree Dallas day to really just make you feel good. Yeah, it's great.
My man knows. All right, so I was watching your Instagram stories, and it looked like you got a few come-ups in a short amount of time. Can you explain that?
I'm never gonna financially recover from this. So of course I live in New England, in Connecticut, and win the hobby. I don't need to tell you, like, you get friends who work at other places, and they of course enjoy the hobby, and watches and sports is like this Venn diagram. They meet in the middle, and there's so many people who enjoy both. So I've had the fortune, right, of traveling to some different places, meeting some different people, and just striking up relationships with them. And I went on an absolute unprecedented heater in the beginning of February when Sunday, my friend who works for AP, Bennett and Bjorn, what's up? Good to see you. Hit me up and was like, hey, we got you the Royal Oak. I was like, oh, that's awesome. My first AP. Oh yeah? And you got a Royal Oak? I was beside myself. It was unreal. Yeah. And I got it. He shipped it from Atlanta. And I was like, oh my God, please don't get lost in the mail. So I got it. And then that same week on Thursday, my friend who runs a store there in New England, I know he wouldn't want me to say it, but hit me up on a Thursday and was like, hey, come in the store. I want to show you something. Yeah. What he wanted to show me was a root beer that I asked for like 2 summers prior. So, oh, really? Yeah. So that was a good way. It had been cooking for a while. Yeah. So that was like 2 watches, 4-day span. I was like, yes, things can't get better, and I hope they don't, because again, I will never financially recover from this. That Saturday, so 2 days later, I just get done doing Sports Center, and my friend Dan is up just visiting, and I get a text from my friend. And she was like, hey, what are you up to? I was like, oh, nothing. I'm giving Dan a tour of the Sports Center studio. She was like, hey, why don't you come into the store? And I'm thirsty. Bring me a Pepsi. And I was like, oh no. Because I had asked her for a Pepsi, and sure enough, I walked in and there it was, just boom, this is for you. So yeah, in the span of Sunday through Saturday, I got hit with 3 watches. So I'm done with watches. I'm done. I'm done for the quarter. I'm done for the quarter, for the fiscal quarter, with watches. But it was a hell of a run. Yeah, that was like from the 80s. Like a lifetime worth of watches, right? In that week. So I don't know how that'll ever get topped. So I'm just here to look. I'm keeping my hands in my pockets, and I'm just here to look. Yeah, that's what they all say. Definitely got some heavy hitters in your collection, but what do you think of what we got some here? So the next piece that I would legitimately purchase, and of course I've asked for it, and I do have the distinction of wanting it before I even knew about the hype. I know a lot of people probably say that too. Yeah, right. Is the Daytona, the green dial. John Mayer? That thing's insane. It is. This is a Zenith movement, right? Zenith Daytona? APH dial on there. Love that. Would rock with that. And honestly, so a couple years ago, I got offered a bluesy, and I went in and I loved it. It was incredible. It was the Sunburst dial, and I thought it was so incredible. But at the time, I just couldn't I just couldn't come to grips with spending what it was at that time.
Yeah.
I kind of regret it, but it obviously freed up some cash that I was able to get something else in the future. So honestly, like this Murderer's Row here would be killer. Yeah. I have this, which is great. It's like my vacation watch.
That's what I always think it's the best I want to take out.
Oh, it's
we're going to go out to do something fun. Starbucks is want to go.
You're not taking to Daytona, and if you're swimming around, you can do the GMT, but you want to like rock the sub for what the sub is.
Going to water.
So I'm going on a cruise with my family next month, and we went on one last year. My parents are big cruise people, and I take the sub. I take the Kermit because the pop of green, the light, the pictures. It's just awesome. Every time I see the Bluesy, I gravitate towards it more. And maybe it's because I've officially, based off of whatever definition it is, 36 is now middle-aged. And I always thought the Bluesy was like an old dad.
Oh, yeah?
The old dad Rolex. But the more I see it, I'm like,
that's grown.
Well, I'm not a dad, but I think by definition, I'm kind of middle-aged old at 36. Like, I should get one. So I should. Good. I'm not going to beat anybody's door down for one. Yeah. But if one happens, if ever returns the day when these are sitting in the window,
picking it up,
preferably at an airport where there's no tax.
Yeah,
preferably at an airport where there's no tax, then I'd probably pull the trigger. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like a second tier want. It's not what I want under the tree. It's what I would be cool with in the stocking.
Okay.
Right.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
This watch is sharp as hell, man.
I like it. Yeah. Do you like the 40 millimeter compared to the 41?
Dude, honestly, I can't tell the difference because, of course, my Starbucks, I'm interchangeable with the names. I don't know whether to call it a Sermon, Starbucks, whatever. And then I compare that with my 114060, and I truly can't tell. I can't tell the slimmer lugs, the more tapered bracelet.
Really?
Yeah. So 40 to 41 to me is nothing. I think mentally, I'm like, man, I just wish it was 40. Yeah. Right? Because everybody has had the Michael Kors days, the Invicta days, where we're like, dude, I don't think 56 is. I think 56 is a little snug. Yeah. I think this thing could be 60 millimeters, and I could probably use it. But now I'm like, dude, did you say 41? Yeah.
It gets too big, right?
Yeah,
I'm right there with you.
Did you say 41? Gross.
If I never go to Omega, 42 it throws me off.
Yeah. I got a Speedy, and I'm like, dude, these things look so much better in picture, on person, on other people than it did. With me, which is unfortunately why I actually ended up selling my Speedy. But yeah, man, 40's where it's at.
I prefer 42, and I think it's more universal. And it always seems like 40 millimeters hold the most value.
Yeah,
I think people like us, they want the 40.
Yeah,
40
it's great, man. And I gotta stop thinking that I got like some wrists that are worthy of anything. Right? These are like 6 3/4. There's no reason anything more than 40 needs to be on it. My day date's 36 because it's a 1987. Yeah, and I don't think I would want this withstanding a full gold that's any bigger. Okay. Because it's already pronounced enough. It's already... Damn, this thing's heavy.
I know, they're heavy. I've never worn a solid gold watch throughout the day, but I always want to know. I mean, it feels like it would get kind of heavy over the course of time.
This thing's great.
That's my favorite day date, with the olive dial.
This thing is freaking
It's on the rose gold.
This thing is sweet.
It's just something else.
You had a lot of people buy these at the peak, right?
Oh, yeah, people trading in a lot of my 90-some thousand. It's tough.
And these are...
in the 50s.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, if you got 90, that 40's probably not hurting you too bad.
Hopefully not.
Except, I don't know, I used to work at a bank, and this guy took out a home equity line of credit for like $100,000. This was back in like 2009, and he was like, dude, the Iraqi dinar is going to revalue, and when it does, I will be a trillionaire. Oh. So he took out like $100,000 to buy foreign currency, thinking it would revalue, because it was like when we were there during the war.
Didn't happen?
It never has. Oh. I don't know what happened to that guy.
Man, those risky investments, man.
Maybe he moved to Iraq and is living like an absolute king.
So I have a question. What do you think? Do you have any predictions for this upcoming April with that new lineup coming up?
Every prediction, and it's so funny because I'm like everybody else and I fall down the rabbit holes of predictions. Yeah. New colorways. It's going to be rose gold. They're going to introduce a titanium sub. It's going to be this bicolor sub, bicolor Daytona. Yeah. None of that's going to happen. Like, they'll probably make a splash and throw lugs on the Milgauss, right? Or rather throw crown guards on the Milgauss, right? Yeah. Or like make the lightning bolt hand not orange or something. Man, I don't know. What I've come to expect from Rolex is to be underwhelmed.
Yeah.
But we've sat through so much of that like even the most minute, like, whoa, they added a 0 to the Air King. That's huge.
Yeah, everyone goes crazy.
I mean, although having a left-hand drive GMT was a pretty big splash.
Did you like that? I was about to ask.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of all of it, and I'm never one to like, even though I was just like Invictus, Michael Kors. I'm never one like, yo, if that's the thing that floats someone's boat, like all for it.
Yeah.
So I think they're cool.
I like it. I think it's a cool piece.
Yeah, it's cool.
I love that green.
Yeah.
So I was at F1. I saw somebody walking by with it, and I was just, man, that caught my eye.
Yeah.
It was on Jubilee, so that's the easiest spot.
Man.
But that green is cool.
There's no better watch spotting than at an F1 race.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Dude, so I went there, and I wanted to hit you up because I got so sick during that weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I was sneezing everywhere. My friends didn't want to be with me.
Yeah.
I was just a wreck.
Well, that's because the entire seating area was just like, here, find a patch of dirt, lay down a blanket, and have a go.
Yeah.
Plus, it was hot. So many people.
Yeah.
Nothing but dirt.
Uh-huh.
Of course, if you had grandstand tickets, good on you. But where we were propped up is we can see down, and it was just this bank of hills, or excuse me, this bank of a dirt hill, and that's where everybody was sitting. It was just like it was like the Dust Bowl, just dust everywhere.
Yeah.
But F1's incredible, which is so I host the F1 program, the digital program at ESPN, which is fantastic, and this is the watch that I wear to all of the races because they have the stanchion Rolex watches because Rolex obviously the big sponsor. So this is the clock that they use, right, on the big stanchion clocks.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. I have a couple cool pictures where like me in front of it. But nice. I mean, it's a who's who and what's what of watches there. So I did ask for this watch from one of my friends, and I'm hoping I get it one day because more than anything, like these watches, they're great, but they're such great conversation starters, especially with people you may not know or somebody who might see me as like, oh, that's Gary the media guy. What does he want? Well, nothing. I just want to be like, hey, nice watch. And then you get the conversation going like that, and all of a sudden you forget, like you're talking to a journalist guy or a reporter or a host, right? And it sort of brings down that armor a little bit.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
I know.
So I'm hoping I get this one.
I hope you get one too.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice come up
for sure.
Would that let you break the quarter barrier that you're putting up right now, being done with the physical part of it?
Well, yeah, because it's March. So what we got January, February, March.
Oh yeah.
So as long as the call comes sometime in April, I'm good.
You're good.
I'm good.
The budget restarts.
I'm good. Yeah. We dip back into the savings. And we're like, all right.
That's what people forget is like you can have a tray of your own right here, and you forget even if you get them at retail, they are still so expensive.
It's unreal.
Everything's over $10,000, and then you get the precious metals. You're in the 30s, 40s, 50s.
It's unbelievable.
And it's like that.
The AP was the biggest purchase I've ever had, aside from houses and cars, right?
Yeah.
And it's not lost on me, and it shouldn't be lost on anybody who has the fortune of like being able to enjoy this hobby at whatever level, but like, oh my gosh, you have to be able to put it in perspective. Like, this is incredible, and it's something that people should understand and appreciate. Like, there's some responsibility with being able to, have access to that and with that and for that. So, yeah, it's cool.
No, it's a lot to think about. So, I'm sure you just put them away in the safe and everything like that.
Yeah, for sure. No, I just keep them out.
That's what I do, and that's what Vic does. No, we are not the people you should be like.
No, man, I keep mine in different safes in different places. All right, and some of those places aren't my house. Safety deposit box.
Hey, that's a good call. Yeah. So I know you can't get these APH styles at the AD anymore.
I love those.
So I don't want to pressure you, but we take debit, credit, bank wire, cashier's check, man. So.
What about a good old-fashioned wager?
Okay.
What about because I came in here just wanting to visit the shop and meet the team, and now I'm getting bullied and peer pressured, and I succumb to peer pressure, which is why I took the liberty ahead of time of scheduling us a little activity away from things that I would be tempted to spend money on, and instead channel that energy into something that I've recently picked up in terms of sport. We're in Dallas. It's nice weather. Let's go to Topgolf.
All right.
We're going to Topgolf. My friend Jeff has set us up.
Oh, yeah?
Over there at Topgolf, up the way. We got to bay for a couple of hours, and let's see what we can figure out with this thing.
Done deal. Let's get it.
All right, let's get it. Hey Vic, I saw this watch on Instagram that I wanted to buy, but you deleted it. What the hell, bro?
Yeah.
The price is too good to be true. Where's that?
Target would have done it.
Okay.
You can do it.
Yo, Vic, question real quick. I saw you post a watch on your Instagram, but you took it down, but I'm trying to get it. Because the price was too good. I need that watch, bro.
You need to chill, bro.
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
I got a lot of heat.
Good. You take the heat. You take
If
the
you want the
good with
good
the bad.
deals, watch my stories, man.
Hey, you don't gotta tell me. I've been following Vic since he was asking for people to follow him. I was like one of those suckers who was like, I'm his 37th follower. It's all good, guys. I'm Gary. Well, we've texted a bunch back and forth over the years. I've been beating Marco's door down for like a couple of vintage pieces.
Well, speaking of vintage,
I know, and I've asked him for a
check
couple of
this
vintage
stuff out.
pieces. And I've seen him, with this on Instagram the last couple of days.
This is, we haven't done a video on this yet, but this is a 16808 that I just got. It's like true collector set, full set, box papers. The chamfers, everything is so strong on the case. Super sharp. Sorry if I'm talking a little funny. I just got Invisalign installed.
Oh, nice. So I know that you only have like a little window to take those things out for best results, man.
You got to throw them out, eat, and then throw them back in, and then run with it. And then I just got this in today. 1680 steel, complete down to everything, you know, box papers, hang tags. It even comes with this really rare book, this little tiny thing explaining how the bezel works. I've only ever seen a picture of this. I've never seen one in person, so to see it there is pretty crazy.
So if you're interested, hit me up at @thekimchipoppy on Instagram, and I'll make sure to get you guys right.
How long have you been following Grand Caliber?
Guy, since before your time.
Oh, yeah.
At Grand Caliber.
Okay.
At Grand Caliber, I remember watching because I'm pretty sure the channel launched sometime during the pandemic, right? 2020. So it was just one of those, and I got my first Rolex February 2020.
Oh, really?
So the stars just aligned, and of course I was at home every night Googling Rolex Submariner, Rolex this, Rolex that, and then I actually saw the first video from the TikTok, Daniel Mack, right?
Yeah.
So then I actually typed it in. That's how marketing works, right? I typed it in the YouTube and saw the first video. We got scammed, or somebody tried to scam us, and then it was off and running. So I've literally been watching since episode 1. So I tune in every week when you guys drop a new episode.
All right.
So I will be the first to say I'm a little upset when Tuesday I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, time to go sit in the sauna or on the treadmill for the next 40 minutes. Let me fire up an episode, and one's not ready.
Yeah.
So I know Jimmy and Chris were talking, hey, we're adding bodies to the team.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, my trip down here is to make sure that that's actually happening.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't be having misses, all right, in the episode schedule. I've been getting Connecticut for like 5 years. West Hartford, like dead central. Yeah, dead central. So I work in Bristol at ESPN. Yeah, at ESPN. And West Hartford's like 20 minutes east of Bristol.
How far is that from like Greenwich and like New Canaan?
Less than an hour. Like Bristol and West Hartford are like dead central between New York City and Boston. It takes 2 hours west to get to New York City, hour 45 to get to Boston.
I'm headed up there this December. Oh yeah? Yeah. My buddy's getting married in December. Out of all...
In New England?
Yeah, Greenwich.
Oh, great.
Yeah, but in December? Come on. Spring wedding, man. Summer or spring wedding?
Fall weddings for sure. I'm a fall wedding guy. It's the perfect weather for a suit.
December 2nd.
Are you in the,
cold.
Are you in the wedding?
I'm the best man.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So he does this. He proposes a month ago, so early January or late January. And then I was thinking like spring, summer of 2024. And then he goes, oh yeah, she wants to get married December 2nd. I'm like, that's a quick turnaround. So I'm thinking about planning the bachelor party, and I got like Miami, Vegas in my head. He goes, oh, I want to go to Ibiza. I was like, dude, you want me to plan a trip to Ibiza within this year And I already have seven other weddings and 5 other bachelor parties. I need you guys to sell some watches.
Your best man is having the worst time right now. I just want you to know, planning this, your best man is having the worst time.
All I know is I'm here. There's some bet with Gary. Maybe there's something monetary that I can get out of this. Endorsements.
We got the bet going.
What's the bet?
So we agreed, we shook on it.
Yeah,
we got
shook.
kind of fine tune it. If
We shook on it, we agreed it, but we gotta fine tune it.
we got little details to figure out, but so if Brand Caliber wins, we get a shout out on SportsCenter.
Okay.
All right. If Gary wins, we're gonna deck him out with as much GC merch as we can.
Okay.
But we got to figure it out because there's 3 versus 1.
And merch is a loose definition, which also includes watches.
Yeah. We're thinking the Daytona.
I came to Topgolf and it was over the summer. I did not stretch and I tore my oblique and I was out for months. It was terrible.
You know you're getting old, but you gotta stretch before you swing. We got teams.
Yep. Locked him in.
I think it's gonna be him and Gary
Victory team.
versus Chris and I.
Yeah? Where is Chris?
Look at him, he's warming up.
Tucked over there.
They're going down.
So forever ago, I think I was telling my friend to make my account, and I don't know how good of a friend they must be because they spelled my name way off. I've had a lot of people guess how to spell my name. And J-A-I is like 99% of the time. Occasionally, you'll get a J-Y-E. And I always think that person's extremely smart.
Are we playing for something right off the bat, or are we warming up?
Yeah, let's get some
We can
practice.
warm up.
Yeah,
we
get some
can.
warm-ups.
Let the record show, though, that Jai's golf background consists of this. His story, not mine. Went golfing once, brought 1 ball, lost it,
That's all you need, right?
lost it on the first shot.
Yeah.
Hey,
Went home.
listen, man, I'm no Tiger Woods, despite being half Asian. I just picked up the game, so if handicaps are involved, I like our chances.
Yeah, I think they are. And also, I learned down the road to bring a few sleeves, but, so, you know.
Let's take rule number 1. Bring golf balls.
Don't bring your clubs to the tee box. That's also what I learned.
Let's do our worst. And of course, you play golf in the watch for sure. If it's a distance challenge, well, I still don't like our chances, but.
Can you ask my partner why he's got sunglasses on and it's cloudy out?
I get migraines and so I have to wear my glasses outside.
Where's the watch at?
He's afraid to wear his
Yeah.
watch, man.
I am 100%.
We got 2 people wearing Daytonas, GMT. You can throw this. You got a speed line.
I got the most expensive watch here, so you know I gotta make sure I'm taking care of it.
Lay off the roids, Gary.
Oh yeah, money. Let's go.
Take the points.
It's double right here. It's double.
All right, Jimmy.
There's a lot of pressure here by my partner because I've been hitting this shot at the office all day.
Jesus.
That usually would go over the green.
Couldn't get them all.
The double points too.
This is where I suck. Worst part of my golf game right here.
Hey, my partner likes to be empathetic and encourage, so come on, buddy. You got this.
Thank you, Jimmy. It means a lot to me. Listen, Jimmy sees me practice all the time, so he knows right now this is just pure luck, to be honest with you.
So when I'm playing golf, I aim for my target.
Yeah, and you're gonna keep the GMT on, huh?
GMT.
All right,
You
send
have
it.
to keep what time zone this goes into.
Whoosh.
Which was the wrong one.
Right now, not feeling too good, but listen, we're down, definitely not out. We still got a lot of golf to be played.
You got a bit of a weak link though, yeah?
Who's the weak link here?
I'm pointing no fingers. I refuse to point fingers. We find ourselves down 0-2 in this best of 5 competition. The Boston Red Sox found themselves down 0-3, all right, in a best of 7. They came back, just a bunch of knuckleheads. Don't let us win tonight. What I'm saying right now is don't let us win this next event. Here we come.
Maybe we need like cool nicknames. Think that might help?
No, not at all. But you hear that? That's the boogeyman.
So did you always know you wanted to be in sports, or did you want to go broadcasting?
No, I knew it was sports for sure. So I got my first taste of it in 6th grade, middle school. I talked way too much and the librarian got mad at me and was like, if you like talking so much, come do the morning announcements for the whole school. and the rest is history, man. I did the morning announcements as a 6th grader, you know, TVs in every room in the middle school, Thornton Middle. 8th graders would recognize me in the hallway, like, you're the announcement kid. So that's where I kind of got the itch, like, oh, this is fun. Loving sports, obviously playing growing up. I was growing up in the heyday of Sports Center, you know what I mean? Stuart Scott, SVP, who's obviously still there, the Robert Flores, the Linda Cones, Dan Patricks of the world. I was like, I'm gonna do that one day.
Did you go to school for journalism?
I did, yeah. I went to a school in Colorado called Metro State University. Graduated in 2010. Got my first TV job 6 months later, and rest is history. Yeah, rest is history. I tell this story because it's kind of recent. Desmond Howard, right? Yep. Heisman Trophy winner, Super Bowl MVP. We're driving to the national championship game, and we're all in the same shuttle, and he's in front of me. Hey, what's up, Des? I talk to him every Saturday morning on game day on Sports Center. A couple rows in front of me, and I think he had it looked like he had a Patek complication on. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask him about that. So we get out. We're in like the big boardroom where ESPN has like their hub, all the producers, researchers, food spread. Everybody's talking to him about football, and I'm like, hey, are you wearing a Patek? And he's like, oh no, this ain't a Patek. And I can't remember. It might be a Vacheron. But anyway, we got to chopping it up, and I'm like, oh, you a big watch guy? And he was like, yeah, I am actually. And I was like, oh yeah, me too. He's like, what are you wearing? And I was wearing
That's a hell of a drive.
what was I wearing? I think I was wearing my Batman. And he was like, oh, here's this. And I told him I had a Daytona black dial too. He goes, oh, that's my daily. I have it over here. So like before he left, like the middle of the national championship, Georgia's smoking TCU, and me and Desmond Howard are just like talking about watches, how he's got like one Royal Oak, and this is Desmond Howard, right? He's like, man, those things are pricey. And I was like, yeah, they sure are. This was when I was having a conversation with my AP Connect, and he was like, I'm gonna get you one. Here I have Desmond Howard, who's like, I only got one because they're too expensive. And I was like, I have no business buying this watch.
The guy's making millions of dollars from his career.
But it's cool because like it's the national championship. This is like the pinnacle of sports in this particular sport. And like we're just talking about watches. It's just an awesome jump off point that you can have a conversation with. Like Barry Melrose, obviously he's like the face of our hockey coverage. He'll come in during the playoffs and he's got a 5-date sub. And I'm like, killer watch, and he's had it forever. So we're not talking about hockey. We're talking about like his sub and Desmond Howard's, you know.
I bet you like Matt Leinart and Reggie got some.
Oh, those guys. You know who's got an awesome watch collection because every Saturday he comes in and he's got a different AP or a different Patek. Is EJ Manuel, former Florida State quarterback, Buffalo Bills. And I don't do his segment, my co-anchor Randy Scott does, so I sit at the desk while they're like 20 feet away in the studio, and you still need sunglasses for everything that he brings in, bro. It's like, dude, what are you wearing?
Florida State.
It's always a precious metal something, and his collection's sick.
I had a client one time fly in from DC for 5712, and like it was his. He was having a daughter that year. He wanted to get a watch, commemorate a big year, and I handed it over to him. And he came so close to not buying it just because of how underwhelming it feels when it's in your hand. It's light.
It's so petite. Yeah. It's so delicate. It's like another child to take care of. You're like, oh, let me baby this watch. But I will say, like, everybody talks about, hey, what's your dream one watch collection out of what you asked me that before we came here. Like, what's the one Rolex you would keep? And that's like an impossible question. Yeah. But I'm fairly confident in saying that if I ever got a 5712 or a 5167
or
5811
or 5160, no. Either of those two watches, I'm pretty confident that I can make those one watch collections. After seeing them and wearing them, they're so sick. They're so sick.
What's your one watch collection?
My one watch collection? Oh man. I honestly think I might go 5811.
5811?
Yeah. That white gold on that Nautilus, I think, is just perfect.
I tried one on. What up, Bennett? I tried a 5811 on, and it's dude. It's like the Venom suit. It like just becomes part of your body. Yeah. All of those Pateks, they just become part of your body. It's around that wrist. So listen, any Patek ADs out there that want to bless the kid with a 57, because we don't have Patek in Connecticut, so I'm having to go abroad to create a Patek relationship. Let me know if you got a 5167 or 5712 laying around, and don't cut this part out of the video.
Then you got the Holy Trinity, or no, I guess it's Vacheron.
Rolex, Patek, Casio. Holy Trinity.
Jimmy, what's your one watch collection?
Right here, man.
Really? Daytona?
If I have one watch for the rest of my life, something simple like this.
It's Daytona, really?
I'll wear it all day.
All right, black dial, or are you gonna go Panda? Black dial.
I like the Panda. I thought about getting the Panda. I like it better in pictures than I do as the daily.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think the black just goes a lot with.
Have you ever put that on a rubber strap? I have mine on the rubber bead. Yeah, mine is on a rubber bead, and it's sick. It's like the Darth Vader, dude. It's unbelievable.
That's what I call summer season.
All right, Chris, we got these guys. What's yours?
He already has it, the Speedy. I watched the introduction video.
Yeah, but that's not my one watch. If I could have one watch, it really depends. Like if it's my favorite watch, we're talking day-date, rose gold, olive dial. Absolutely love it. But if it's one watch and it has to serve a purpose, probably just a Submariner, man. Yeah, but it's...
I respect it.
Yeah, it's gonna end up running test of time. I mean, you can beat that thing up, you can throw it in water, it doesn't matter.
Date or no
Yeah,
date?
if you want it for
Date.
date, yeah.
Which is what I have. I have a date, that's my daily.
If you want the utilitarian of it, yeah, you need the date.
Symmetry of the no date.
It's clean.
No date's fire.
You guys see me out here golfing, I don't have my Speedy on, but if I had my Submariner, I guarantee you I would have that on out here. 'Cause I think that it would be perfectly fine.
I've Googled it. You can go golf with Rolexes on.
You don't
Google
need to swing that
confirms.
hard, dude. your swing speed ain't that hard.
Hey, I'm saving it for the driving contest, dude, which is up right now. I want to know who won this last game right here.
I think I beat all three of you.
I think we got a little divide between Jimmy and Chris right now. I'm getting tension right now.
Now we're going to long drive, but as we already mentioned, this last challenge is weighted. So although Jimmy and Chris have won the first, whatever, I totally forgot, maybe the first challenge, this last one's weighted.
I'm getting ready for this driving contest.
You only can score in the white or the back net. Everything else is minus points.
Minus points.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You want a low score in golf, right?
All right, let's do it. These are all the marbles.
Yeah.
This is everything.
Driver me.
Women's or the men's?
What are we doing?
This guy's got jokes.
You and Gary, and now double down that you can put Grant Calloway and say Jimmy Choo somewhere in there.
Bit of a tough negotiating position because I don't see any wins here for me. Now it all makes sense. This is a complete sabotage job. We got a guy working from the inside out over here, Jai. This is all part of his damn plan, man.
Quick 3 hours of Topgolf. Gary and I really kicked a lot of butt, but unfortunately, I just don't think we quite kicked the knot.
It took me a little bit of time, but I finally realized what was really at play here. And Jai was trying to sabotage the whole situation to get the Sports Center shout out. I didn't realize it until it was too late to switch my teammate. And then I realized, well, all three of these guys would have done the same thing.
I was finding my swing today, man. I was getting dialed in. I got a lot of positive swing mechanics to take away from this.
Honestly, I just heard a lot of excuses today. I'm tired of hearing it. We spanked that ass, and that's all there is to it, man.
Which is obviously something you can say on YouTube. You can definitely say it on SportsCenter once, and it'll be the last time you say that.
So who officially won?
Hey,
Don't really know.
Actually, though, we don't know because we had a 3-hour allotment, and in the middle of our long drive competition, we ran out of time.
No.
That's what I saw.
No, so Jimmy and I won the first one, we won the second one, we won the third one, we won the fourth one. The last one got cut off and now we don't know who won. That
Hey, we did go all in. But
Because
Jai had negative 18 points.
We don't need to bring that. Cut that part out.
Family Feud rules, which was, it doesn't matter that they won the first three, it was all who won the last one, and unfortunately we got cut off. So I guess we'll never know.
Regardless, we're gonna throw you up some GC merch. We want to get you that hoodied up, so
I'll
at
take
the end,
it.
we all taking the win.
Verbals binding.
I appreciate you coming out here.
Yeah, this is
That's
good.
awesome for us, man.
I've heard nothing but good things about the quality in this thing, so let me give it a feel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is some heavyweight stuff.
Yeah.
You guys
It gets
don't-
cold up there where you're at.
Listen, you guys don't need this in Dallas.
No. Well, I mean, we did have
yeah.
an ice storm, so we needed for like
Hey, this
3
would be
days.
perfect in Connecticut, man.
Yeah. No, that holds you good.
Yeah, that's solid. Much appreciated. This is
Right
great.
So I know Gary's about to leave, and I asked him if he's seen a Bubba Watson in person. He said he's seen Bubba Watson, but not the Bubba Watson. So I want him to check this out. He's a big F1 guy too. I think it's a really cool piece for him to see before he leaves.
Had to stop making watches because they got sued by Dolly's estate.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. They're like,
that's
hey,
what the story
we
is.
see what you're doing.
Yeah,
They're like,
because
we-
they ended up using Dolly's signature
Yeah.
on the dial, and that's what made them.
Got it.
get sued or whatever.
Yeah.
So they stopped making them.
Yeah.
Business it went out, but these are vintage from 1990s.
Oh shit.
Which is kind of dope.
I thought Alfred was rocking the Crash, and I was like, damn, y'all got it like that. Huh?
Nah, eventually. it's to remind me, to
Yeah.
keep working hard until I can afford one.
Here is the Bubba
Yeah,
Watson.
this is fire.
All right. Dude, you have to throw that on the wrist.
I'm
How light that thing
Definitely
is.
going to. Look at this thing, huh? The whole mechanism is just floating. Like you see the exhibition in pictures and things, but it's just floating. Yeah, that's crazy. I saw Bubba Watson in person at the Miami Grand Prix this past April, Miami's first running of the F1 race there, and I was like, wow, Bubba Watson is far taller and far leaner than I had ever imagined. He doesn't look like a guy whose nickname should be Bubba at all.
Bro, that looks good on you.
Peace out.
Yeah, you take it. So that's the end of this episode. Thank you for tuning in, and a big shout out to Gary Streisky for coming out and hanging out with us. Things like that is the things we love to do. And yeah, we'll see you next episode.